Hundreds of civilians fled Mosul's old city on Friday as Iraqi forces slowly squeezed the last pockets of Islamic State resistance, and the UN warned that the intense and concentrated fighting put innocent lives in even greater danger. People climbed over mounds of rubble and through narrow alleys as gunshots and explosions rang out nearby. The neighborhoods where government forces are fighting have been under siege for months as grueling urban warfare drew out the operation to retake Iraq's second-largest city. For the civilians held as human shields by the extremists, supplies have run low and drinking water is scarce, according to residents interviewed at screening centers and clinics. Iraqi forces enter Mosul mosque where ISIS declared caliphate. Read more. The battles came a day after Iraqi forces made significant gains against the militants and Prime Minister Haider al-Abadi declared an end to the group's self-proclaimed caliphate. After a dawn push on Thursday, Iraqi forces retook the symbolic site where the Al-Nuri Mosque once stood. It was from the pulpit of the 12th-century mosque, which the militants blew up last week along with its famous leaning minaret, that their leader Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi had proclaimed the caliphate in 2014. During the evening, al-Abadi announced the full liberation of Mosul was near and that Iraq's brave forces will bring victory. Lt Gen Abdul Wahab al-Saudi said by Friday afternoon the special forces were within 700 meters of the Tigris River, which roughly divides Mosul into eastern and western halves. The operation to retake Mosul, backed closely by the U.S.-led coalition, began in October, with the Iraqi government initially vowing the city would be liberated in 2016. Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest. Iraqi forces enter ruined Great Mosque of Al-Nuri in Mosul. Video. ISIS now holds a small patch of territory in Mosul's old city along the Tigris that measures less than 2 square kilometers (0.8 square miles). The terrain is dense, and the UN estimates tens of thousands of civilians are trapped there. We don't feel the end yet, to be honest. It's still full on, said Frederick Cussa, head of the UNHCR Erbil office. About 1,400 people fleeing the old city have been registered at screening centers in the past 2 days, he added. Regardless of the outcome of the battle, the humanitarian situation will be critical for a lot longer than we anticipated, Cussa said. The clashes have displaced more than 850,000 people since the operation to retake Mosul was launched, according to the International Organization for Migration. An ISIS media outlet, Al-Naba, on Thursday quoted an unidentified militant commander as saying the battle for Mosul is a fight either to achieve victory or die as a martyr. Iranian President Hassan Rouhani tweeted his congratulations Friday to the city's residents and the Iraqi people on the breeze of freedom in Mosul after 3 years of occupation, violence and killing. ISIS also is under increased pressure in Syria, where its self-proclaimed capital of Raqqa is encircled by an array of forces, closely backed by the coalition. Despite a series of recent losses in both Iraq and Syria, al-Baghdadi's fate remains unknown.